I was not born in Rome. I wasn't raised with Roman blood coursing through my veins. No, my story begins in Etruria, in the great city of Tarquini, where my family held influence and wealth. My name, Lucius Tarquinius, bears the mark of my homeland, but my destiny was always tied to something far greater: Rome. In Etruria, I had everything a man could desire: status, power, riches. Yet, something was missing. I longed for more. I heard tales of Rome, a city filled with ambition, a city where one could rise not through birthright, but through wit, courage, and skill. So, with my beloved wife Tarquin by my side, we left everything behind and journeyed to the city that would change our lives. Rome was young, but it was vibrant, alive with the energy of its people, its future unwritten. I knew that my future lay in shaping it, in molding its destiny as my own. Upon our arrival, I made quick allies. The people of Rome, though initially wary of a foreigner like myself, soon saw that I had much to offer. I gained the favor of King Ancus Marcius, Rome's fourth king, becoming his trusted advisor, friend, and guardian of his sons, My rise was not a result of luck but of strategy and wisdom, qualities that I knew would serve Rome well. When Ancus Marcius died, the throne was empty, but not for long. I seized the opportunity. As Ancus Marcius's sons were still fairly young, I sent them away on a hunting trip. Through persuasion, promises, and a bit of ambition, I convinced the Comitia Curiata and the people to name me their king. A foreigner, yes, but a king with the vision to lead them into a new era. Once on the throne, my mind turned to what I could leave behind for Rome, how I could elevate it from the fledgling city it was to a true power. The first task was to expand both internal and external. I extended the Senate, adding 100 men from minor families to solidify my support. One notable family was the Octavii, whose descendant was the future Emperor Augustus. I soon waged war against the Latins, the Sabines, and the Etruscans, bringing them under Roman control. My conquests were not just about land, they were about prestige. Rome needed to command respect, and my victories ensured that. But conquest alone does not make a city great. I wanted Rome to be magnificent, a place where even the gods would be envious. I began grand projects, building infrastructure that would last for centuries. The Circus Maximus, have you heard of it? It was my creation, a grand arena where the people could gather to witness chariot races, celebrations, and games. It was more than entertainment. It was a symbol of Rome's growing grandeur. And then there was the Cloaca Maxima, the great sewer system that allowed Rome to expand and thrive. While others might scoff at such an achievement, I knew that the health and growth of a city depended on such things. My vision for Rome was not just one of military strength, but of enduring prosperity. Of course, as a king, I faced resistance. The Sabines were a constant thorn in Rome's side, challenging our authority and testing my reign. But I was not one to shy away from battle. I led my armies into war against them, securing victories that gave Rome even more power. We took the spoils of war and used them to build temples, monuments, and fortifications. For every challenge, I had an answer. For every threat, I had a strategy. But it wasn't just external enemies I had to worry about. Inside the walls of Rome, there were those who resented a foreigner on the throne, those who plotted in the shadows to see me fall. Little did they know, my greatest strength lay not in the sword, but in my wife, Tarquin. Tarquin was not just my wife, she was my guiding star. In Etruria, she was renowned for her wisdom, her prophetic powers. It was she who urged me to seek Rome, and it was she who stood by my side as I ruled. When enemies conspired against me, she saw their plans before they unfolded. Her visions were clear, and her determination was stronger than any force I encountered. Together, we ruled not just with strength, but with foresight. And though the people may have seen me as their king, they would be fools to underestimate the queen who stood beside me, advising me at every turn. But there were those in Rome who saw my foreign birth as a blemish on the throne, a stain on Roman purity. They plotted against me, and their plot came to fruition when the sons of Ancus Marcius, the very king I had succeeded, sought revenge. They ambushed me, stabbing me in the streets, but a forceful blow to the head was proven fatal. My reign was brought to a bloody end. Yet even in death, I was not defeated. My wife, Tarquin, again foresaw what was to come. She shielded the truth from the people, telling them that I was merely injured and that the reins of power had to be passed to someone until I recovered. In this way, she elevated Servius Tullius, a humble slave boy that had great potential, to take my place. You may have heard his story, the boy who had flames surrounding his head. He soon became the only person to be called king without being elected. Her cunning ensured that our legacy would live on. As I look back on my life, I see Rome transformed. I, Lucius Tarquinius Priscus, a foreigner from Etruria, built a city of stone where there had been only huts of wood. I may have been struck down by treachery and karma, but the mark I left on Rome is indelible. The Circus Maximus still stands. The Cloaca Maxima still runs beneath its streets. The temples I built are still places of worship, and the victories I achieved are still celebrated. Rome, the eternal city, grew in my hands. And though my reign was cut short, I live on in the heart of the empire that I helped create.